Hi, my name is Joni Margulies. I am from New York in the USA, but I currently live in Tel Aviv, Israel. So I actually have never known my parents together. I was about 2-ish years old when my parents officially separated, and they've been divorced my entire life. I was raised by a single mom. So much of who I am is because of her, and my dad is still alive. He just doesn't really want anything to do with me, which does not feel great, but it's just reality. And at first it was really hard to wrap my head around, especially when you're a little kid and everyone has, or most people around you might have two parents in their household. I was very convinced for a very long time that my parents were going to get back together, just because that's what I saw from other people. Knowing what I know now, I'm so grateful that they did not, and that was not reality, because their divorce ultimately gave me the best chance at the best life possible. I think divorce gives you perspective on, what you deserve out of a relationship. Knowing that just because you're in a relationship, if it's not serving you, if it's not healthy, it's not something that you have to remain in. Unfortunately, there are a lot of dangerous people out there, and sometimes they are in the forms of parents, partners, what have you. And, it's hard to say it like this, but we are lucky that divorce is an option and that separation is an option, because it does allow a level of protection for both kids and adults to not have to have their lives controlled by these toxic, difficult relationships. All the time, sometimes I wonder just why is it that I am the one that I'm constantly being struck with this bad luck, or what feels like bad luck. I am quite a religious person, and I try to look at everything as hard as it can be, as God putting me on a certain path and putting certain obstacles in my way, knowing that I will learn from these things. And especially when it comes to divorce, I still can't really understand why my father, or why my relationship with my dad and his new family is the way that it is. But I can thank God and every power above for my mom and the resource that she has been for me. I'm in Rwanda right now because someone like her supported me, and she always encouraged me to go and see what else was out in the world, whether there was money to do something or not. Whereas my other parent did not. He really did not, and still does not, encourage exploring things beyond my comfort zone. So on the one hand, yes, I do stop and think sometimes, why me? Why am I the one that has had to deal with this? But I can't let that stuff control my life. Life has to go on. Yeah. So for parents, keep in mind that everything that you do and the relationship that you have with your partner, your kids notice things, whether you think that they do or not. One of my earliest memories is my parents screaming at each other while I was watching The Lion King on the TV in my room. I was just a little girl, but that's like one of my first memories. Another first memory was seeing my dad sit on the computer looking for a new apartment, and I could not understand why, my dad is here. Why is he looking for a new place to live? He would just be here. Your kids are a lot smarter than you think that they are. They pick up on things. And your kids also, they are people with emotions that can, every action has a consequence. So, if you're having problems in your relationship, I'm sorry, I don't think that having more kids is going to be the way to fix that. That doesn't mean don't have more kids, but that means think about it. Think about the fact that everything that you do, every decision that you make has a much greater impact on more than just your own relationship. It affects other people. For young people getting married, again, yes, divorce is an option, but you really need to make the best effort that you possibly can. If you're going to make a commitment like that to another person, think of it as a lifelong investment. It's not just, it's something I can get out of if it doesn't work. This isn't the Kardashians. You need to give marriages a fair shot. And if you're gonna make that commitment to another person and to building your life with another person, you need to consider the fact that it's not meant to be just until you get tired of it. And also, it's not whether you have kids or not, it's definitely something that we all, you're merging two families, and you need to make sure that if you're going to merge those two families, that you understand what can happen if there's one toxic family or family member that tries to get in the way of your relationship. There's little things that can trickle down and create a lasting impact on your relationship. So just consider everything that you can before you get married.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
My name is Zoe. I'm from the United States, and I am here in Rwanda to visit ASVY. I understand divorce or separation to be two partners deciding to end their commitment to one another financially, emotionally, and to pursue different futures. From my understanding, divorce and or separation can have a large impact on children, whether that is their ability to engage with others in a social situation, their understanding of what love and commitment looks like, and their ability to thrive within a society. I believe that having a child is a very important decision that has lifelong ramifications. It is very challenging because I understand that circumstances change, and unfortunately, sometimes the safest and best situation for a family is to have the parents no longer live in the same household or no longer have a commitment to one another. And yet, unfortunately for the child, it's a very hard situation for them. And it's just unfortunate because I think it's important to model choosing what's best for you, for your child, choosing happiness and not being in a situation that's unsafe. At the same time, I don't know what the solution is to ensure that children get to be raised in safe, healthy and happy environments, and I think that's very unfortunate. I believe that after divorce or separation, every situation is unique, and I can't speak to everyone, but I hope that parents value their child, their relationship with their child, their partner's relationship with their child. And I think it's important for that to be one of the most important considerations when they're making decisions after separation or divorce. Thank you so much for asking these questions, and don't forget to subscribe to this project.